Yeah, and your child is right here, and you're setting a horrible example. What's wrong with you?
Where is she?
What's
Where
wrong?
is she?
What's wrong with you?
Where is she? Where is she?
Right here.
Right there. Ha ha! Ha ha!
Well, this Karen isn't very good at hide and seek, is she? When they said she's it, I think they actually meant the clown from the movie. She's got the same hairline and everything. Hey Girl Scout, what's shakin'? How have you been? Hopefully you've been doing well, because I'm about to completely ruin that with some cringeworthy, faith in humanity destroying Karen videos. Lucky you. I just so happened to stumble on some pretty good ones this week, and I thought we could all laugh together and revel in the fact that we will always be more self-aware and kind-hearted than these mullet mamas. Seriously, which Karen overlord decided on the botched haircut chunky streaks combo, and why wasn't there some sort of revolt from the my husband buys me Michael Kors from the outlet mall Karens? I checked on Wikipedia for the Great Karen Battle of 2009, but I was met with nothing. You'd think with all the arguing they do, there would have been some sort of resistance, but hey, history has documented loads of cases on mass hysteria, and I'm guessing this was just one of those times. Anyways, enough discussing our world history. Let's just jump right into the cringe. This first Karen video is just such a classic scenario. This Karen uses her kid to instigate a victimizing argument about how the world is against her when the reality is no one is even thinking of her. We love to see it again and again.
No one's doing anything on purpose.
That's how stupid you are.
Oh, am I?
Because I have...
Hello, new neighbor.
Hi!
Hi, you're so friendly.
Hi!
So what does it mean about you then if you're having your child knock on people's doors
Dude!
so you can throw a little
Dude!
tantrum like a child?
Dude, you are
How old are you?
so worthless.
How old are you? Then why are you knocking on my door if I'm so worthless? What are you wasting your time for? What are you wasting your time for? Yeah, that's what I thought.
What? Wasting my
that's what I
time?
thought, yeah.
Because you're stomping nonstop.
No, I'm
Because
not.
you're such a loser
I'm
that
not
you can't
stomping.
take your kids to the park.
Why don't you go back to Seattle?
You can't take
Why don't
your
you go back to
kids
Seattle?
to the park.
Hey, guess what? There are people that live in these units here.
Yeah, and so they live, and guess what?
What?
They hear you across down here and across here.
Do they?
And I have witnesses.
Now, I've heard the Witcher gaming community is pretty toxic, but this is some next level crazy. I bet she wears that shirt to Comic-Con to try and make friends at their annual debate, and even the most dedicated of Witcher fans are like, we don't want her. I wonder when these people will realize that screaming really loudly and calling people names does not equal having a logical and concise argument. Probably never if they're middle-aged and still acting like the elementary school bully they became when they didn't get enough attention at home. I feel so bad for children of Karens. Do you think they become little Karens themselves? Or do you think they're aware of the term and vow to never become like their mom? If I ever get monetized, I will conduct a scientific research experiment to figure out the answer for us. You're welcome.
You're a lazy piece
Guess
of
it's not
You're
going
a
to
lazy
change.
piece of
You know what's
You're a
hilarious?
lazy piece of
It's
Hey,
change.
hey, guess what?
Bye. It's
I
not
know
gonna change.
I won't change.
No, this
but
is not
you
going to
will.
change. No,
You
it's
will.
not. It's not going to
You
change.
will. Is
Nope.
she on the lease?
Because there's still two
Is she
children.
on the lease?
There-
Is she on the lease?
There's still
Is
two
she on the
children.
lease? Is she on the lease?
There are still two children, and they're not going to turn
Is she
into
on
an
the
adult
lease?
over time.
Is she on the lease?
All you're doing is making it worse for yourself.
How?
Because it's not going to change. My children are still children. They're still going to make noise from time to time.
but they were only here twice a week.
Ah yes, because every respectable landlord will sign a 3-year-old onto a 12-month lease as long as her credit score is appropriate. Last I checked, she was paying off her Pampers and Huggies in a respectable amount of time, and her mom said her 9-month stay in the womb only came with some mild complaints, so who wouldn't want her? God, you know it's bad when your kid is literally dragging you away in silence because they don't want to witness your tantrum anymore. Also, the whole reason this lady is complaining is because his children are being normal kids. I can only imagine how awfully she must have treated her kid when she was a baby if little things like this annoy her. Some people shouldn't be parents, and yeah, this woman's one of them.
Look, neighbors, bye.
They keep pounding. I can't. Do you not hear the
You
pounding?
have to be yelling all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
Thank
you.
you.
Know what?
You have to be yelling. Chill out. You're disturbing everybody. Stop.
I'm disturbing.
Yes.
Wait.
You don't need to be
try
told that.
living under these.
You don't need to be told that. You
Try
know you're
living
disturbing.
under
You
them.
know.
Kid.
You know you're
They
disturbing.
have 2 kids and people that are not supposed to be on the lease.
Oh
They're
yeah?
not on the lease.
You don't know what you're talking about. So why don't you go home and act like an
And you
adult?
just moved in too.
So did you. So who cares? He doesn't have any less credit than you. Don't be talking to
But
people
you
like
just
that.
told me I had no credit
No, I didn't.
because I just moved in.
Yeah, you just moved in. And you're sitting here acting like some sort of king trying to regulate people, having your child knock on my door, and then you're throwing a tantrum like a child.
She
Stop
chose to
screaming.
do that.
Stop screaming. Go home.
She chose to knock on the door.
I don't
because
care.
She has migraines
That's fine. Go
because
home.
You're stomping.
That's fine. Guess what?
You try.
Don't yell at that person.
You're e-learning,
Listen.
right? So,
You don't need to.
are you not learning from home?
Who cares? That's not your business. That is not your business.
No.
Go
no,
home.
It's because you're stomping and you can't regulate your children because you're too lazy.
You can't regulate yourself.
The classic, try and involve someone else to look less crazy and in turn look more crazy when they back the other person up. Does she honestly think she's fooling the neighbor by immediately lowering her voice and acting like she's been calm the whole time? Like the neighbor can't differentiate between a woman's voice and her neighbor that she seems to know? Honey, you lost the argument the second you rocked up to his flat bare foot. Give it a rest. This next Karen is a bit shocking because she's like definitely in her late 20s or early 30s. You always picture some middle-aged woman, but the entitlement is being passed down through the generations and worn as a badge of honor now.
This is going like right there. We'll just get to the table real quick.
I completely understand. You just have to put your mask on in order to walk inside.
We're just literally walking 5 feet into the restaurant. I don't understand why.
It's,
This is that big of a deal.
I understand. If you don't mind, can you please just put it on?
I mean, like, I just put the lipstick on.
I
did it all over the.
I'll go
I
get my
don't-
manager for you.
Yeah, that would.
You have to feel bad for the people who tag along with Karens and seem pretty self-aware. This guy is pleading to her with a mix of dead eyes and hopelessness because he knows exactly how she's going to act and that there's nothing he can do to stop her once her tyranny begins. Also, nobody cares about your lipstick. Save it for when you've got to pucker up and kiss your boss's ass because someone called your employer to complain about your absurd anti-masker behavior at a client meeting.
Have a mask on to go 5 feet
Well,
into
ma'am,
a
because
restaurant.
we're
That
living
girl's not wearing one. That girl's not wearing
I'll
one.
explain to you if you don't let me talk.
I love how putting on a mask and walking 5 feet would have saved her so much more time than just standing there arguing with the guy. It's like she thinks she's doing the world a service for saying what she thinks everyone is thinking but is too afraid to say at risk of backlash from the sheeple. It's been a year of this shit, Karen. Surely you would realize by now that you can't change people's minds on the matter and that no one cares if you think differently. Imagine believing you were that special that you had to insert your opinion anywhere you could, even with no one asking. Which is what I'm doing right now. So I guess I'm the thing I sought to destroy. We've come full circle today, boys.
I'm already in
People
here.
like you that make it difficult for somebody to talk. I don't even get paid enough to even be here, and it's not fair because it's not even my fault. I just quit. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Oh my god, jeez. She should have seriously just left.
Fine,
Wow,
fine.
lady.
I'll wear it. I'll wear the mask. Fine. Happy? Are we happy now?
I feel so bad for this girl. She definitely makes minimum wage or just above it and has to handle the pressure of being some sort of coffee shop security guard to protect the public from the crazies. You can hear the frustration and defeat in her voice. She doesn't even sound angry, just exhausted. And the manager knows it's true, so he can't even stop her. And of course, Karen puts on her mask as soon as she crosses that line. Deep down, she knows she ruined that young girl's whole source of income and has to do something to make herself feel less guilt about it. At least complying with the masses lets her delude herself into believing she wasn't at fault. Tell yourself what you want, but you can put on more lipstick and kiss any chance of getting served there goodbye. And lastly, I present to you the anti-mask grocery store Karen.
Coleman's on Newfoundland Drive. I have a medical mask exemption, so the supervisor, Chris, went and asked the cashier if she felt comfortable serving me. She was serving me until he came over. So I guess I got to get all their names because legally they're not allowed to do this to us. So we're going to figure it out anyway. I'm going to go up to him. So Chris, are you going to get someone to serve me or... Pardon? Can you talk to the camera, please? So I'm going to get your name, and you're going to be put on notice for refusing me food as a sovereign being, okay?
First of all, it wouldn't hurt you to be denied food once in a while by the looks of it. Second of all, you're not entitled to the food. It's a product and you have to exchange money for it, which is essentially forming a contract. And from what I remember from that brief unit on contract law I took, people are allowed to not accept a contract and can ask for terms to be changed before accepting. The store is now asking that you wear a mask to be served, and if you refuse, then they don't have to accept your offer. Did I say all that right, Judge Judy? I think so.
Refusing to serve me, checking my groceries.
We asked you when you first came in if you have a mask.
I said no, and I got in through the door, no problem. Yeah.
So you're more than welcome to call in or online order, and we can pick up the groceries for you and drop them off out front for you.
So I'm here right now at the cash, and you're refusing to serve me.
Yes, we are. Yep.
So
That's our policy.
can I have your full? So this is Coleman's on Newfoundland Drive. I'll get your name, Chris, And so his name is Chris. He's the front end supervisor here at Newfoundland Drive Coleman's, and they're refusing to serve me. I got up to cash and they're refusing to serve me with my groceries. He actually told me that the police said that it's illegal, or I don't have a right to be in here without a mask. So we have to contact the police to see if that's true. So anyway, Coleman's on Newfoundland Drive, refusing service.
Oh my god, I just looked up the store location because of a little hunch and a lot of accent, and this is in Eastern Canada. In the Maritimes, where the people are supposedly the most friendly of all Canadians, resides this wonderful Karen, a true native to the area from the sounds of it. Between her and the vegan teacher, I feel compelled to apologize and say that some of us Canadians are at least somewhat sane. Again, imagine the time saved if you just followed the rules that you already know are in place. Going out of your way to be a dick is just turning people off to the idea of listening to your argument against wearing masks. I swear, if more people just tried to be reasonable and level-headed when arguing, they'd probably get their point heard and consider it a lot easier. The second you call me names and yell at me is the second I tune out and ignore anything you try and tell me is fact. But hey, maybe one day these guys will get it and they'll finally be free to live in their little utopia where everyone has short hair, flip phone cases, and a hungry appetite for conflict in which they are able to prove their point in a flourish and get a round of applause from the bystanders watching on. The day that happens is the day I realize I've been sent to hell. Anyways, please just take every video we've watched and do the complete opposite for me, will ya? If you do that, plus like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, I guarantee you will be a better person than any Karen could ever dream of being. That's all from me. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys again soon. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Thanks for watching.